James Lynch here for Spectation Sports. Happy to be joined by one of Spectation's favorites, the man who is going to be fighting this weekend. Borroka Presents XFC 53. It's Israel Galvan back here on the program. Israel, how you doing, man?
Doing great, feeling great, ready to rock.
Yeah, and a switch up in opponents. I think originally you were supposed to fight, is it Jordi Maya? I might be saying that wrong. And now you're fighting Safar Akhmadov. Has it been much of a switch up in opponents as far as fighting him now?
I just focus on what I'm good at. Just, get ready for 5 rounds, get ready to hurt somebody no matter who stands in front of me, and I'm ready.
Take me through how this fight came together. Obviously, big opportunity here fighting for a title, 5 rounds. Looked like you got a full camp.
Yeah, just, I have the best manager, Ruby. So he asked me if I want to fight for a belt. I'm like, of course, So I'm happy that I'm fighting for Borroka and XFC. XFC's has a extensive, history. So I'm happy to be on that card. And I don't know how what belt I'm going to get, if I'm going to get a Borroka belt or I'm going to get an XFC belt, or I might get both. So this is my call out right now. Like, give me 2 belts,
Yeah.
Borroka belt and an XFC belt. I think that'll look sick.
Yeah, that's great. And I got to ask, by the way, you're going with the blonde hair this time. Any reason for that? Are you channeling your inner Charles Oliveira here or what?
No, I'm a fan of Charles, but just switching it up. I've done it before in high school. So just get bored and be out here in Vegas for a while. You get bored and want to do something crazy. So it's better than, doing like an O'Malley and getting a face tattoo. So
exactly, yeah, much less permanent when it comes to that stuff. So I agree. I think it looks awesome. And let's talk about your opponent, man. 9-fight veteran. What do you know about him? How do you feel like you match up against him here?
I feel like it's a good matchup. He's definitely a tough guy. He's been fighting at 135 a lot of his fights, and he's made 125 before. So I give him some respect for that, because I'm not fighting at 35. Like, none of my fights are at 35, but I fought at 35 in my amateurs, and I could tell, those guys crack a lot harder. So props to him for being there, hanging in with those bigger guys. And he's 9-1 in K1. I don't know if you know that, but he's 9-1 in K1 with 6 knockouts, and all his MMA fights are finishes. So he's not an easy guy. I'm not overlooking him. I'm taking him serious. Like, I take all my opponents seriously, and I just go in there and I do my best.
And speaking of your best, training at one of the best gyms in the world over there at Syndicate MMA, who've been some of the main guys helping you get ready for this one?
Yeah, Chase and Stefan, I got to thank him. He's been enduring the sparring rounds, and also Zane Finley, an up and coming amateur fighter right now in the regional scene. He's fighting for a belt. I think he's going to defend his belt at Tough Enough amateur belt. So on September 27th. So it's cool having those guys and, helping them and them helping me. So it's definitely beneficial on both our parts.
And I know it's obviously a weight class above, but Merab's getting ready for his title defense coming up in a few weeks. How nice is it to be in the room with him as he's getting ready to, continue his dominance in the bantamweight division?
Yeah, it's awesome. It's awesome seeing him work, and his nickname is the Machine for a reason. He's literally a machine. He doesn't get tired, and it's inspiring to see that. So it's very awesome, and to see the grind he still has as a world champion already. He doesn't stop. So it's very cool to see that he's still motivated.
And it's crazy to think that you got to fight in a couple of days here, man, because you don't seem like you're cutting any weight at all. Looks like that's going well ahead of this one. How you feeling with the weight cut?
Yeah, feeling great. Feel healthy. I feel big, but I think the weight cut's going to come off easy. I'm going to make it. And my last fight, I actually made 125 on the dot. And then, I was like, I cut a little more than I should have. So I drank a little more water and then weighed in, 25 point something. So I know I can make the weight at 25. So it's going to be easy. It's going to be fun. I'm excited. I'm ready. Let's go, bro.
Yeah. And how's this fight playing out on Saturday? How do you see it unfolding?
He's a tough guy. He's been finished before, but I think it was like an early stoppage in karate combat. So I want to say I'm going to finish him. I think it's just going to take a little longer than I expect, but I know a finish is coming for sure.
I know I ask this like every interview, but you're one of the guys that, people keep talking about when's he going to get to the UFC. And obviously, you got to take care of business on Saturday, but it's a bit different now with the title. And you're in Vegas, you're at Syndicate, you got a really good manager who's known for getting fighters in the UFC. Like, this has got to be a UFC audition, I would think, just because you're getting that 5-round championship experience. Like, you got to be on their radar, I would think, especially with the win on Saturday.
Yeah, I think, hopefully having a belt helps, and me being the only 125 champion here in Vegas. There's no
That's
other
right.
125er champion. So me being the only champion here, it's like, and I'm on a 5-fight win streak when I win this fight. So it's that call. It's like, come on, now I'm gonna tell Wood, come on, coach of the year, get me in there, if
Yeah.
anything. But yeah, I'm excited, and I think that's the call that I'm getting.
Yeah, we'll be keeping tabs on that for sure. And then, remind me again, like, how long has it been that you've been training in Vegas, doing the camps there and all that? Like, I feel like it's been a bit now. It seems like you've kind of adjusted well, and it's really gone well for your career just to be able to work with so many high-level fighters over there in Vegas.
Yeah, when I got ready for Max Quinones, that's when I was coming down here. So I don't know how long that's been, maybe like around 3 years. So I've been coming here and there for Max Quinones in that camp. But then after that camp or after that fight, I was coming in more and more frequently. Now I'm doing my camps, my full camps here. So, and then I'll make the move this year, early next year. So
Oh, cool.
I'm
Nice.
assuming
Make
get
it
fired.
permanent.
Yeah.
Yeah, and especially because I mean it's the place to be, especially UFC has so many short notice things, so it's good that you're just there and easy to be available. And just my last question, we're seeing sort of a changing of the guard to somewhat degree at flyweight, where we have Joshua Van fighting for the title next. We've got a lot of moving parts as far as some of the up and comers. Like, what about the timing of you having this title fight where like I said, if all goes well and you're in the UFC, you'd be, part of that new wave. Is that something you're kind of taking notice of, where we are seeing a lot of these guys like a Joshua Van, who doesn't have that many fights, now
Yeah.
fighting for a title next?
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. If I was into top 10, I'd tell him like, bro, I'm not losing to you. You just started training MMA like 4 or 5 years ago, bro. I'm not losing to you, bro. I've been training for over 10 years, so it's kind of crazy seeing him, have success. But it's cool, it's cool that the 25 division is getting a little more spotlight, but I think it's still not anywhere near as like where the other divisions are at. Like
Yeah.
25 is still not there in my opinion, but it is what it is. And when I get there, I'll be making waves for sure.
Yeah, could definitely use some more spice there, and I think you bring that to the table. We're looking forward to this, man. This card's stacked.
Yes.
Borroka Presents XFC 53, and you can watch that live on Spectation Sports. Israel, thanks for making time, man. I got to mention to our audience here, we set this up literally like in a couple hours. It all worked out great. So excited we got to chat. If there's anyone you want to thank before we get out of here, any sponsors, any social media you want to mention, I'll give you the last word.
Cool. I want to thank, obviously, Syndicate. I want to thank John Wood for really being there in my corner, helping me for this fight. My sparring partners that I did and didn't mention. There's a lot of guys, Vince, Cody Steele, Vince Morales. I want to thank my sponsors, Chow Beef Jerky, Healthy Hydration, Next Level Physical Therapy, Rev Supplements, Revolutionary Supplements, and also Borroka and XFC for giving me this opportunity. Yeah, like you said, it's gonna be an awesome card, and you guys don't want to miss it. I'm gonna have a belt wrapped around my waist.